Hello, Dan. Thank you for this opportunity. It's a pleasure to have you in Portugal. You once said, you learn quickly that theoretical sports science is always a basis for success, but personal experiences are so much more important. So the question is, what is more important, the daily contact and feedback or science and testing?
I think most important is the feedback from the athlete. Daily contact, it must not be daily, I think, but in general there must be a good relation, because we are working with human beings and it's are not machines. So data are, in my opinion, important, but it's really important to have a good relationship with the athlete.
Okay, thank you. In your opinion, was the 2018 70.3 Worlds the best triathlon race ever?
I think that's hard to say. Personally, yeah, it was a really nice battle in the men's race, and as a coach from Jan, it was I was really shaking. It was I think it was a good publicity for the sport, but I think there have also been good races at the Olympics and other good races. I would not point this out like this, but having guys like Alistair Brown, Jan Frodeno, and Javier Gomez in that field, battling for the first places, that is something where it was incredible to see it, and a good publicity for the sport.
How is professional cycling different from professional triathlon when it comes to athletes, teams, and the whole ecosystem?
It's bigger. So you have, you can imagine when you have a professional team, you have 27 riders, and then you have staff. So at least you have 70 to 80 people working for that team. And it's some kind of individual sport, but also team sport. So you need a team to be successful. And team not only means the teammates, but also the mechanics, the coaches, the sport directors. So in a cycling team, you really learn to communicate, to bring people together for one goal. In triathlon, you have this sometimes with the federations or with squads, but also a lot of time people are on their own, especially on the long distance. So it's more an individual thing. For sure, they also have the experts with coaches, nutritionists, but it's a little bit a different world. And triathlon is a little bit smaller than cycling. I would not say one world is better than the other. It's different. Both sports can learn from each other, from the science view, but also from the commercial view and how to bring the sports to the public.
Thank you. Recently, you tweeted about having read a 100-page magazine in 5 minutes. So referring to the fact that magazines are often empty of good content. Did you find some good international magazines that you can suggest to our viewers? So our magazine, Triatlo, is a Portuguese magazine, and even if we're not very focused on technical articles, can you suggest some news, some content that would appeal to you also?
Mm-hmm.
So.
Mm-hmm. From the magazine, it's hard to say, because for what I'm doing is I'm making a lot of features in the internet, and then they are different, just picking up the articles from different magazines or from the studies. So I have in France one nice Science TV is something really nice. They have a good mixture of scientific topics, a little bit of history from the sport. So that's nice to see. Not only pictures, because sometimes it's more about the pictures than about the content. I think it's interesting that we choose topics that are based really on the humans. So the technical part, I know that people are interested in this, but perhaps we should need a magazine that is showing equipment and this stuff, and on the other side all the topics that is really about the human, about, let me say, about the training, but also about the psychology, about the nutrition, about, for example, for age groupers, the problems around, how can they deal with it, with the family, with the social life. For high performance athletes, how can they make it possible to live that life? It's not easy to be a high professional triathlete, to have enough money for this. So to speak about these problems, and also about the nice events, but about the human beings, and not so much about locations or about material. That is something where I take a lot out of, also from interviews from athletes, coaches, or from people involved in it. or also what do other people think about triathlon? So from different sports. For example, I really like to read interviews from coaches from soccer or from swimming or from whatever it is, just to get experience about this, about how to deal with the human beings. Yeah.
That's very interesting. Yes. So thank you very much for your input, and welcome to Portugal, and enjoy the rest of your time here.
Thank you very much
Thank you
for having a chance, and yeah, thank you for coming.
Thank you.